Hello and welcome to your twin flame reading for the divine masculine and the divine feminine and the current union energy going on for you in your union. So right now we have a Pisces full moon. Oh my god, high alert for emotions. So don't be afraid to I guess deal with is the word that's really coming. So I'm gonna go with that. Like, to deal with your emotions right now. And so even if they do feel big or like there's something there that's like not truly of your highest divine self, this is actually a really good time to clear that. But if you want to clear it, you're gonna have to not bypass it. And it doesn't mean you need to over dramatize anything. Just means you essentially need to feel your feelings, and sometimes you need to release anger and other things that you don't want in order to get to the deeper feeling, because anger is like a numbing thing. It's not really like an actual emotion. It's kind of a response to not completely feeling your feelings. So anyways, good time to get in touch with those feelings. See where your energy is guiding you, this evening and tomorrow, and do the mirror exercise. And if you want to know what that is, you can go to my website and check out my blog post I did with that, and also it's linked in the book below to Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover. So yeah, it's really important to practice self-love, and that is the most efficient way to heal separation. So that's why I promote it, because it works. So yeah, you can always pause the video. You can check out the links below. But I'm going to get started with this reading. And so I have Rochelle Charman's chakra reading cards today, all three of them. So we'll see well, maybe they'll just be like, we'll see what the combo is of chakras that come out of this, right? Kind of right now, the image that's coming to mind is like I think they were like ring pops or some kind of popsicle thing. Not popsicle, but sucker. Candy as a kid. That was like rainbow colored. Actually kind of looked like this, but rainbow colored. And so yeah, good memories of being a kid. And the rainbow spectrum is also reminding me of the rainbow spectrum of your emotions right now, right? Like really tap into that full and completeness of feeling through that, so that you may get to the other side. You may get the sweetness of your emotion, which is the truth of it. Even if it doesn't feel that way in the short term, don't be afraid to deal with your bitchy self if it means uncovering something greater. Okay, well, let's start with the union card, since that's what kind of happened there. So, grounding, time to ground. Yeah, I feel that. And how does grounding occur? Well, going with the flow. You're naturally going to ground, so really, like, you not grounding is your resistance to it, generally speaking, or like trying to stay high. And I don't mean like necessarily, or even, not necessarily off of any kind of a substance or anything, but just trying to stay like in a higher vibration than is actually like sustainable. But it doesn't mean that sometimes you're not going to feel like high. You're gonna have ebbs and flows or dips and peaks. This is your experience, right? You're not like, a robot or whatever. But yeah, so it's about like claiming Earth as your home more deeply. It's also about releasing energy that is your twin flames energy. And so the deeper you go with who you are as either the divine masculine or the divine feminine, and you release what isn't yours to do to your twin flame, the more you can do what is you And you can allow yourself to ground, but you can also allow your twin flame to ground you. And that just naturally occurs, whether you are in any kind of separation with your twin flame or not. So, it's just safe to embrace that process of grounding. And even if, you're like, well, I meditated on my root chakra for like 6 hours yesterday, I'm totally grounded. Well, what if the next day you're not? Or what if, you were doing that because, I don't know, you were that ungrounded? But, I hope not. That's probably not the most efficient way, you just do the mirror exercise. But in any case, or do both. There's absolutely, of course, nothing wrong with meditation. I love it. But it's just like you want like everything that works, not just a piece of it, right? And grounding. One day you can feel really grounded, and the next day you may need to go deeper to really get more grounded. This is life. This is going to call you to, more, to deeper levels. Don't you want more abundance, more love? Well, then you're going to go deeper into this too, bigger roots. So, cool. All right, well, let's move on to the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine's card is Spiritual Awakening. I love this hashtag. I use it a lot, in my TikToks and Instagram. I feel like it's a pretty popular one. So if you're experiencing spiritual awakening, Divine Feminine, well, here's your confirmation. This is the high chakra. And you can just see the illustration kind of really says a lot visually for it, but it speaks to this really nice balance of, hey, you can be grounded, but you can also be experiencing the divine even more in your high chakras by doing this. And so grounding doesn't necessarily mean only paying attention to your lower chakras. Sometimes there's just a block in the flow or whatever it is, and just the more that you attune to your energy in general, the more attention you pay to your whole chakra system, the better for you, because the easier it is to just, without even needing to necessarily be able to explain what's going on within yourself, you can just rebalance your energy very easily. And this really just involves bringing loving attention to a part of yourself that needs it, said in the most simple way. And sometimes this involves more opening, in a specific area. And so I think the Spiritual Awakening card is speaking to being willing to open more, your crown chakra, but also just to let it naturally expand and contract. And so, it's safe to do that. You don't need to withhold either upheaval or new information coming in from the divine. And so as I'm saying this, my crown chakra, of course, is opening. So I'm like, whoa, okay. Remember also that your mind is one with your heart, right? Not separate. So let's move on to the Divine Masculine's card. Very similar cards going on. What a similar theme. So meditation, just talking about meditation. The Divine Masculine is encouraged to meditate at this time. And whenever I get this card, it's usually very clear, I'm kind of trying to make something come together, and I don't realize it's I needed to see this card, because it's just a reminder, hey, it doesn't even mean necessarily take a back seat, but just be still, feel into it. You don't need to take the action that isn't there to take yet, that you don't quite know what to do, you're trying to put it together. Well, so it's safe to enjoy yourself, it's safe to relax, and meditation actually is very productive, right? It's very productive in And the manifestation process too, especially if you find any kind of meditation that you enjoy doing. So it doesn't need to be traditional meditation. I mean, your whole life can be a meditation, basically. So it's like if you don't want to sit in like lotus style or whatever, lie down, or just even while you do the dishes, that can be a meditation. If you don't really have the time or you don't feel like you can make it, start with what you're already doing and making it an activity where you can have some space, some quieter space for yourself to do that. And it's just about like having that, like kind of receiving from the divine, having that relationship where you can receive, where you can clear your mind and really just choose divinity there in that space, in both your heart and mind, one and the same thing. So also very high chakra oriented. So even higher, actually, technically, it's number 32. This is only number 29. So this is very much about like the key to grounding here for your union is actually in paying attention and bringing awareness to your higher chakras at this time as well. And not because, you don't want to be afraid of that. You don't want to be afraid of connecting there. It's really attractive to your twin flame too, right? Like your passions and all of that stuff, like your attraction to your twin flame, I guess, like doesn't just live like in your sacral chakra and your root chakra, right? It's like, it's all of your energy. And so connecting, in this high place is very intimate. And when you're able to do that with yourself and with the divine, like you're really calling in deeper levels of connection with your twin flame too. And also it's easier then from that place to form healthy connections with others, with everyone else in your life too. And it's nice because there is that one person, there is your twin flame where you get to have that romantic connection with just them and not with anyone else, And it doesn't even matter how it looks on the outside. That's always going to be the truth. Like you can't connect with anyone else in that place except for your twin flame. That's how you're designed. So it's safe to like claim that truth, and it's safe to like just let go of the illusion there, or let go of the resistance to that completely. So very nice card reading. Feels complete to me. Check out the links below once again, and like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your week and enjoy the full moon. Take care. Bye.